So on one hand, guys, it's their biggest comeback win of the season. On the other hand, it wasn't exactly against household names. So, Chris, how good should the Knicks feel about this win?
Well, I think you feel good that you check another one off the schedule and you avoid what would have been not a disaster, but a real bad look coming back home after a lengthy road trip. It felt like, and shocking, Eamon, I'm going to use a hockey analogy. It felt like the hockey team coming back from the long road trip where they don't have the legs, they don't have the juice and the jump early on. Jalen Brunson did offensively. I think it was 13 points in the first quarter, but to spot Golden State a 35 number up there in the first quarter shows that they had to knock off a little bit of that, not rust, but sluggishness from that road trip. So look, obviously if the Warriors had all their big dogs, you feel like the result probably would have been different. I mean, maybe the Knicks give a better effort and a different type of game if that were the case. But look, you come back home from the road trip, you get a victory. It's not one that you're going to exactly hang in the rafters when you look at this season, Moose, but it's a win nonetheless.
Well, yeah, you give them credit for the comeback, but then you say to yourself, why were they down the way that they were down, right? And it was a lackadaisical effort. I don't think it was one where you put your head to the pillow tonight and you feel awfully good about the New York Knicks, right? I think it's one of those games where they found a way to win the basketball game. They were clearly a more talented team. It was an undermanned Golden State team that gave a very good performance. You can knock the effort early on. You can't knock the effort late. They did execute when they needed to. You mentioned about Jalen Brunson. There were a few others, and we'll get into those here down the line. But I think it was a game in which you look at the Knicks come out of it and say, well, was that a championship performance? It was not a championship performance. They found a way to win a basketball game in the regular season against a team who was rolling out basically the B squad, and the Knicks basically struggled with them.
Yeah, I was going to call them their G League, but I thought that was a little harsh on them. So we'll go with B squad. All right. Jordan Clarkson, 14 off the bench. He had 27 a couple of games ago against the Jazz. Mark, what impact would it have if he can play a pivotal role like some expected when they acquired him?
Yeah, I think it would be pretty important. I really do. And I think when you look at Mike Woodson here, I think he's a guy that's going to go out there and play the hot hand, right? I think Tom Thibodeau was a guy that was basically set in his ways in a certain amount of time, right? He had his rotation, loved playing his starters. Minutes police were all over the place of New York City, right? So I think when you look at Woodson, I think he's a scenario where over the course of time, based on the way you're playing on the court, you can earn a little bit more playing time. And Jordan Clarkson was brought here to be the kind of instant offense that we have seen the past couple of games. Now, can he turn that into more minutes here moving forward? Only time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like the minutes took a little bit of a hit when they brought Alvarado in and they made a couple other moves, and then he stepped aside for a little bit as far as the rotations go. But the one thing he's been able to provide when he's come off the bench and had it going is the energy. And in this type of game where you're sluggish at the start and you're having trouble with an undermanned Warriors team, that's the kind of spot where I think Mike Brown's looking to turn to somebody in the bench and he feels like he can insert him and he can jumpstart the rest of the team. Obviously, when he's shooting it well, that's the big difference maker. If he's going to come in and be able to make his shot specifically from beyond the arc, you know, that can be the spot that allows him to come in and really help lift the team when they're struggling, or maybe some other guys need a blow or they need to just get a little bit of jolt of energy. So veteran player that's been around the block, and I feel like he knows his role, and if the minutes aren't there one night, he can step in the next night and play a big role and feel pretty comfortable about it.